I need to redraw that bridge at some point. Hello. Is that the pagoda, the gazebo thing?
Two major schools of Zen exist in Japan, the Rinzai and the Soto. Both have the same goal of seeing the world unmediated, but their approaches are different. In the Soto school, the emphasis is on quiet contemplation in a seated position without a particular focus for thought. The method in the Rinzai school, however, is to put the intellect to work on problems that have no logical resolution. Such problems are known as koans, from the Chinese kongan, meaning public announcement. Some are mere questions. For example, when your mind is not dwelling on the dualism of good and evil, what is your original face before you were born? Others are set in a question and answer form, like, what is the Buddha? Answer, 3 pounds of flax, or the cypress tree in the courtyard, to name but 2 of the classic responses. According to tradition, there are 1,700 such conundrums in the Zen repertoire, and their common aim is to induce a kind of intellectual catastrophe, a sudden jump, which lifts the individual out of the domain of words and reason into a direct, non-mediated experience known as Satori. Zen differs from other meditative forms, including other schools of Buddhism, in that it does not start from where we are and gradually lead us to a clear view of the true way of the world. It is not a progressive system in this respect. The sole purpose of studying Zen is to have Zen experiences, sudden moments, like flashes of lightning, when the intellect is short-circuited and there is no longer a barrier between the experiencer and reality. David Darling, 1996.
This one's a little hard. Alright, there's a stick in the way, so I can only do anything that's behind the stick via symmetry. So my other approach did everything except for the dot that was secretly down there. And this approach leaves this black icon in the same space as the 2 white ones. How do I fix that? Because I don't know if I can. I just recreated the same thing, didn't I? Because there's one heading right there. It's really hard to see. So viewing it dead on reduces the overall amount of space it's taking up. Not that it can save me. Shit. What can I change about this? I need a way to separate them. They're always next to each other. So there's a white one here and a black one here and a black one here, and there's essentially a black one here because it's up there, symmetry-wise, and there's a white one here. When you think entirely in those cases of just separating those from each other. But now I'm at the edge and I can't get away. So do I do for deeper down here first? But that's the original approach. Because there's one dot underneath. Ah, fuck. Alright, well I've been staring at that one a bit and I'm not seeing new approaches, so maybe later. In order to leave this room, I have to like redraw the solution. We also have to not draw it under that platform so we can... Let's see. I would like to be able to figure out that perspective puzzle if I can. Oh, it's not contained the same shape, in the same space. I forgot to include the error sign when I was doing the hat. There we go. Think it wraps around behind fine? Yeah. Ah, I forgot to zig. So I think I need to go further to the left to be able to see it all. Or I have to just surrender myself to not using the far wall. Okay. This one's just kind of hard to see. So that's a zigzag there. And that's a zigzag there. And that doesn't work. These two will be empty. You can't have like a checkerboard of empty squares. But you could do and right? There's one empty square here, one empty square here, which you could do like this and this. Ow. Ah. That's hard to control from this angle. Basically. That'd make the overall shape. Ah. Like that? Oh, my eyes. Yeah, that's what those shapes would look like together. And that's almost solved. Okay, so I can just go back down here and cut this out. I was just testing drawing the shapes. I wasn't trying to solve the puzzle. But it was pretty much solved. There you go. And yeah, I did have to fully reveal the right wall because the right wall is where the that's where the exit is. So where'd that beam go? Oh, elsewhere in the same puzzle, didn't it? Yep. There's so much going on in this area. It's a really cool room, even if a lot of it's eye strain puzzles. Having the floor be the path is pretty cool. While admittedly, it's a pretty easy puzzle to solve. Oops. About to connect to a wall. Oh, but not there. I wanted to go straight across so that I can walk along that wall and get the perspective right. Well, this connects too much nonsense together. If I go along this wall... Here we go. That gives me one symbol to cross out. This is it's a relatively easy puzzle, so you can solve it in a lot of ways. Just takes some flexibility. But also these hurt my eyes. Okay. Brrrah. These can't be rotated. One of them goes all the way across. So you can't put the weird T where it already is, which would be, you know, sticking out to the right from its symbol, because it overlaps two black pieces and then its tip sticking out, the T part would hit the white. And that's the one rule we're trying to avoid here. Let's see. My next approach was then to put the T on the bottom of the screen, and which would tap the 3, and then put the 3 on the left where the black pieces are, because you have to also hit the T symbol. But I can't draw that as a complete shape. Because if you're drawing the T shape, oh, this feels weird. You can't really go back and draw the 3 part, like here. That's not how lines work. But I also can't draw it as one shape. Is that... like, that's the two shapes combined? Nope. Yes. Oh. It's 5 across, and the shape is 4. Maybe I can just draw it where it already is. Yeah. Turn the corners, please. No. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Okay, yep, I was wrong. I was trying to back myself into a corner where it looked impossible, but no, it's just because I had the wrong things lined up. There it be, there it go, that's be what it do. Oh. That solved the way into that thing. Okay. So I do still, so you can see here, just like in Portal, I mean, the whole game worked this way, but it's especially portally now because it looks like Portal testing chambers right now. You can see all the different beams coming up to the store to open it. I need to go open this door. Alright, so back to the original solution. Oops. There we go. Oh, is the frame rate way worse? It might be. I'm in display capture instead of game capture, so I could show the other screens. I don't know, the preview looks bad. Okay, so these, yep, that's gonna be mandatory. This is not a little side puzzle. In fact, there's more of them here. Alright. Back to staring at this thing until I have a single better idea. What am I missing? Is it a paradox? Do I start at like the opposite corner? The one that seems impossible? I've been staring at this for a while. Okay. No. Can't be that easy. No! No! Okay. I guess we did it. Oh man. This one's multiple choice. I mean, it always kind of is, but it's like a new kind of multiple choice. Oh man. Alright. Definitely stopping after this episode. My brain's getting foggy. You ever have one of those days where you're not sure how much you slept? Where you like, you woke up and then you think you went back to bed, but you can't tell if you like actually fell back asleep or if you just entered like a state where time went and fast forward while you like didn't like do anything. I just had this like 90-minute period where I'm like, I don't know if I just slept this long or if I was just laying here and time went. But it led to me. I'm starting to think it's the last one because I am feeling out of it very quickly today. Womp. Badoop. With the events of the big video and everything, I'm just kind of like drained and kind of overwhelmed more often lately. So it's hard to like binge The Witness because I like cap out faster, I think. Let's see. So one, I gotta figure out what would be sort of an ideal solution for this puzzle. And then I also have to figure out which part I want to block. Because it creates a situation where you have to swoop all the way down the screen. Well, that's 2 white squares. This seems pretty bad. Because this side is like 2 white squares and 2 suns, and I do want the suns to join up, but like, I need to be able to separate like all this other stuff that's going on upstairs, so... Maybe these ones? So let's leave that one under. So I have to connect to the top of here to avoid connecting black and white. No, I gotta cut black out, don't I? How's that gonna work over there? Because this isn't enough. Because there's 2 black there. Is it actually ideal to do this? But I can't go all the way to the bottom because the 2 suns have to connect to each other. I can't just separate black like this or something. Well, I guess... No, it's just this, isn't it? Yeah. It was the thing that... The thing I specifically thought would be a bad idea turned out to be the right idea. Because instead of scooping up all the white, you want to scoop up all the black. And just leave all the black in the middle. Yeah, there was no way to go down the middle in any way to touch the bottom, because you couldn't separate the 2 suns. Alright. Jeez. Is it a symmetry one? Okay. You just gotta figure out where all the pips are. They better not be behind the beam. If this is randomized. Yeah, that's my best angle to be able to see most of it, I think. I can't reach down there and turn the corner. Can I go this way a little bit? Nope, can't turn that corner. Whew. Can't turn that corner? Wait, no. Okay, one of these has to be possible. I guess I have to go all the way up here. Okay, so the bottom left. Okay. Okay, that one's easy enough. That one really tripped me up for a while. I don't know. I don't really know which ones are randomized, obviously, because it's hard to tell. But the difficulty curve almost feels random, and I need to remind myself sometimes that part of that is the randomization, and not like me necessarily having like weird gaps in my my like performance. I don't know. Sometimes it's just because the game's randomized, and so like the order in which I accomplish things, just like the rate at which I solve each puzzle, is just kind of all over the place. Did I go under? I went under. You gotta remember the platform in the middle of the screen, or you won't be able to leave. It's not that much of a problem to leave one mistake, so that the thing can fix it up. It's more of a thing to just remember that the center 4 squares are blocked, so you can't get around them. We did it! Until the end, I had basically forgotten that you have to solve all of that place in one go. And there aren't any, like, optional chunks. Windmills! So many practice windmills. And these are, oh yeah, it's like a little demo version of the treehouse area, which is over there. Like, so these are some of the buildings that are there, and some of the ones that are like, that's like Da Vinci style, like prototypes of stuff that we didn't get to see. Which is funny, because like, of course, like, they can obviously model it, because they did. It's just not over there, it's over here. It's hiding over here in the video game. I don't know if there's environmental puzzles to spot from here. I don't know. Big arch. Is that like the arch that was upstairs? I think it is. And there's even dudes next to this one. Gotta get through this before I can get over to that elevator over there. I think that's the elevator that fucked Marty. I think Marty got this far in the game and then he sent down the elevator like from here or something, or like from outside the elevator, and it just left without him. And like didn't come back. Hello. There's something down there. Can I go down there? So there's a door. Would you like potentially seizure-y? I don't know the seizure rules. But I don't think this is that, because it's like a weird pulsing gradient or something. Okay. So these two and these two are the sets. And these don't match. So I can't separate these two and I can't separate these two. But I can leave all 4 of them in the same space if I want to, and it won't be that big of a deal. So this should be pretty easy. Oh, right. These can't be with the ones they match. I forgot. So I actually want to match these two. Oh. You can't. I was going to do these two, then these two, then these two, then these two, but you can't do a zigzag next to a zigzag. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, so I can't match each pair with a square because yeah, the lines will overlap. And if I try to match pairs with pairs and leave them together, that only works with stars. If there's any squares, they don't get along with the other color. Ow, my eyes. I can do these 4 though, because the square doesn't have anything to fight with. That. Okay, yeah, that's all I had to do. Okay, now one side's staying the same and the other... This is your last warning to maybe not watch this part if you think you're gonna be in trouble. Jeez. Okay, so this is a purple. So if it matches this, then it's a purple. And if it doesn't match this, then it's a green. Or at least that's the hopeful implication of it not matching. So this is purple, and that's purple. But these are green. And that's green. Go back. There we go. Because yeah, these are two and these are two, and it doesn't matter if they're together because they're stars, and that's how they do. That's how they work. They're silly like that. Okay. Oof. This is a cyan, and this is yellow, and this is yellow because they're matching. It's separate. They're not matching this one. Okay. So 2 cyan. That's 2 cyan stars and a yellow star and a yellow square. That's 2 yellow stars. I think I have to separate this one. Yeah, because that's a blue. That's a yellow square, and these two are already a pair, so that would break that. And it has to be separated from that one too. But this one can hang out with those ones because of the weird rules about squares and stars being weird rules about squares and stars. Okay. Now we have Tetris blocks mixed with the stars and squares. Okay. So the star that's crossing over between the two parts of the screen is purple. So is the square next to it, which means that the two in the top right are cyan and the bottom one is cyan. Basically. Do I need to switch those two shapes with each other? Maybe. No, I can't. Because if the S is on the left, then it'll combine a purple and blue square together. But if I do this, I can't go back around to get rid of the gap between those two shapes. No matter which one I place... Yeah, there should only be so many options, because, you can't rotate them. And the way that they're placed, they have to be in the corners, because no space between them. So if you switch the shapes with each other, they still can only be in one place, because their symbols are against the ceiling. So you can't lower them at all. It does give us only 2 options. The problem is... it feels impossible in both cases to draw... Yeah, because in both cases I have to draw like the bottom surface or whatever, and then go back and fill in like one square that's missing. And I don't know how to fill in that one missing square. Because earlier I tried to draw this shape. Shit. Which is easy enough. But then I can't come in and draw the S. Because I have to somehow draw like the top and bottom of the S. And like, how would you manage that? We'll look at this more next episode. I need a break.